Nakuru. Have you been in touch with the Nakuru Senator on this matter?
And I think, like I said, this is a time to know who to work with and who not to work with. And will not agree subjugation of our rights.
Bearing in mind even that one that...
The revenue share challenge that we've had at the Senate. We want to express our disappointment at the stalemate that has continued at the Senate, noting that delays in enactment of the formula continues to impair the smooth running of counties, including our healthcare at a time of pandemic. We therefore want to take this opportunity to urge the Senate and all the parties involved to do all that is necessary to ensure that we unlock this stalemate, and more importantly, in good time, so that we can continue with our normal programs. It's also worth noting that our budgets are also in limbo because you do not know what figures to include, and without our budgets being passed, therefore any form of procurement, even for healthcare workers, their payments, purchase of PPEs, and all these things are likely to be affected. So indeed, the stalemate at the Senate is a national crisis. It is also important for the Senate to rise up to the occasion without politicizing the debate. The issue of the formula has no party, it has no other connotations. It's simply about giving counties the necessary resources for them to deliver on the functions that they have. But it is not just benefiting that we are interested in. It is correction of a historical injustice, because Nakuru, for example, has the highest number of kilometers road network across the whole country. Our road network is at 8,000, if I may use even Nairobi, has a total road network of 2,500. So if the resources we get are partly also to help us make roads, and we have a road network that is almost 4 times other counties, and yet what we receive per capita is among the lowest, then what it simply means is that the money we receive will only go towards recurrent payment of staff, emoluments and their salaries, and will never be able to do any form of development. Currently, Nakuru receives 5,188 per capita. In other words, the amount we receive divided by the population. When you consider other counties, for example, are receiving 19 and up to 21,000 per individual. Yet, when you look at our footprint in terms of road network, in terms of our healthcare provision, you will realize that Nakuru has the highest. Therefore, we are not benefiting any more than any other person. All we are saying is, pay us for the service we deliver. If you look at our health centers, we have a total of 204. If you compare with other counties, including big counties like Kakamega, they have 158. Nyandarua has 78. So I think when you have very many health centers, when you have a huge population, when you have a high number of kilometers, when you're an agricultural county, and I think this is also very important. In Nakuru, for example, we have not been able to employ agricultural extension workers who are very critical in ensuring that we have food production. And if this continues for another 5 years across some of these big counties, then our productivity as a nation will definitely come down. So I think we need to appreciate that there is a need for this formula to be passed in good time, and also for us to look at the cost of delivering all these services, because the service is delivered to citizens and human beings. This matter had already been captured, and the Equalization Fund that is meant to bring an equal development and address it through giving of grants to these counties. And therefore, if we want to address some of those challenges, our suggestion and our proposal is to increase the Equalization Fund to deal with those inequalities. But when it comes to sharing of revenue from the national government, the key issue is delivery of service. And therefore, if we continue to deny counties like Nakuru that which is necessary for them to deliver the service, then we will be strangulating the economies and the people who live there. And I think that now becomes a major challenge. Because Nakuru is also one of those very important places where everybody comes to hunt for their national votes. I think also it's important for us to say we are also watching on who our friends are at this time. We cannot be just a hunting ground for votes, but once we are through with the process, we suffer for another 5 years. We cannot be among the lowest in per capita, yet our contribution to GDP is the second, yet our population is the third in the whole country, and therefore this continued marginalization will put Nakuru backward for a long time. So we want to urge senators and Senate in particular to live up to this moment